This call is being recorded.
Yeah, I can do that by request. Once I normally use equal signs and blend it, but I can definitely run the Placidus chart.
Yeah. Yes, please. Much appreciated.
You're like, run that Placidus there. All right, I got you. So please don't hesitate to interrupt if you have any questions at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
And
should I share my screen with you, or is that not necessary?
That's up to you. Wait, share your screen.
Yeah, as in, because I see you put up like these readings on YouTube, or is that not how this works? I don't know.
No. We just do the reading, and then if I have permission after, then I just upload it on YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. Other than that, that's very interesting. I really like to, as far as Placidus, and is it okay to use a Placidus? Okay, gotcha. So as far as Placidus, you usually get a really good reputation for transits and for noting transit specifics. I'm not really a fan of using it for like personality profiling because relative to your psychological profile, every house, every zodiac sign has a house. So the reason for the intercepted house cusp has more to do with the equator. And like as we can see, Gemini is intercepted and Sagittarius is intercepted. But realistically, if it has a Cancer rising and a Leo sun, Gemini is your 12th house and it is 11th house to your Leo sun. So I will work to blend those interpretations. Your chart is actually really cool because we see that you have the moon in its dignity and you also have the sun in its dignity. And as a Cancer moon, not only do you have a holy soul, but as a Cancer rising, you have the title of the high priest. And so as the high priest, you have the vibration of the holy solar king or the holy golden star. In that Leo is the main character. And not only is Leo the main character, but you also are the captain of your destiny group with the North Node on your, which is a huge deal. This literally gives you superpowers over destiny. And because you have Uranus and Neptune on the South Node, now you have supernatural powers over destiny, which is super badass.
The way you're reading this reminds me of like just Bleach, like when they identify their like Zanpakutos and their Bankais.
No, okay, so you know what's even cooler about what you just said? Once again, you and I are second house suns. And now in your chart, your sun falls in the third house, but you're not a third house sun, you're a second house sun. Only because Cancer is the third house element of this is really gonna come in how practically you express this. So technically this would speak to how boldly you're able to communicate this golden attitude. But because technically you're born with a Cancer rising, Leo will be the manifestation of the quality of your spirit, just like Soul Reapers manifest Zanpakuto. And so Leo is going to be right. You know how each Zanpakuto has their own personality. Your Leo sun is going to be that personality, whereas your Cancer moon is actually going to be who you truly are, where you're an instrument of your own, special holy soul, which is a huge deal. So yeah, I'm so glad you brought Bleach into this because
I love that so deep. That's true.
It's actually my favorite anime. I had to choose.
Me and my brother saw on it.
Yeah, and apparently they're bringing the show back. I'm so excited. So
December.
once again, yes. So once again, the presence of the North Node is a huge deal because now you set the fixed destiny path to inspire others your destiny here is to manifest destiny, but the quality of your spirit is aligned with destiny. So you're always everything that your spirit guides you towards manifesting. You'll always be aligned with what you're meant to do. Very powerful. So if we blend both, you're manifesting this golden attitude with your sun in the Placidus third house. And because Uranus is in its dignity in Aqua, which is so, I love the 98, 99. Like, y'all have, I want to do a documentary on y'all when y'all turn 30, because this is. What was that?
I'm telling you, our generation, my year group, I've noticed a pattern of us. Like, it's like we're aging at a rate that's scary. Like, I've like, a lot. I said to God, oh, like, what's his name? You talk a lot about Pop Smoke. I seen, and he's in my year group as well. And I was like, how is this man 22? He would be 22 right now.
Bro, so glad you said that, because I was starting to think maybe I was crazy, because I'll see certain people that are like your age and I won't know how old y'all are yet. And I'm like, okay, this person's older than me, or this person's my age. And then I'm like, what the hell? Like, you're 99. What is this?
Oh, I got friends that are like, I'm 22 and I got friends twice my age, and I've done readings for people twice my age, and it's almost like they look at me like I'm a guide for them. It's like, what, it's crazy. It's like there's no barrier there. There's no age barrier. It's mad. So yeah.
Now, to make sense of that, we're in a unique arrangement where the younger children are, the higher the outer planets are. So people in the 80s have Uranus and Neptune in Sag. People in the 90s have it in Cap. Y'all have it in Aqua. And so this is supernatural psychic ability to channel knowledge at the highest celestial level. And this is even cooler as a Leo, because you're going to be aware of this in your relationships with others, bridging in the early childhood and past life themes that have you claircognizantly just know what someone else is dealing with. And that's what makes you an extraordinary reader, because you don't even really need tarot cards. You can literally just look at somebody and know, and you can trust. There's a catch to this, though. This is very extraordinarily eccentric. And what you can channel about people are weird, because everybody is weird as fuck. There's not a single person alive that isn't a complete weirdo. And so, like, the whole notion of people being normal is an illusion. It's a mask we do to, like, fit within this social expectation that's normal. But you're able to see through all of that. You can see into anyone's inner eccentricity. We need to really talk about this, because as a Leo sun, you're able to hold space for others to be their most unique self as the main character and performer to this audience. But the thing is, Uranus and Neptune is fucking crazy in Aquarius. It's so supernatural. It foregoes the need for inductive and an inductive analysis and reasoning. So whereas your Virgo and Venus breaks down the details and can analyze, your Uranus and Neptune and Aqua will already have you know what it is before you analyze it. And the catch here is you have to trust what you intuit, and it's not always going to make sense to you. Sometimes it could be out there. Thankfully, I have the moon in Cancer to psychically feel into this, and so now this creates a yod with the South Node and Uranus, which will now influence how unconventionally eccentric and unique this flash of claircognizant knowledge comes through, especially in the eighth, ninth, where like you'll just gain secret insights about people without them even having to do anything. If they were to say something, or see with Capricorn, if you had this in Capricorn as a Cancer, someone can like pick their nose, and because they've done something physically with their actions, Neptune and Uranus and Capricorn will kind of like psychically sense their character based off of what they do. So it's like, oh, okay, that person just came in. The reason why that person just, came in the house real quick and just left without saying hi is because, they don't like you, which is, pretty simple to see, to extremeness where, oh, that person picked their nose because so I can tell they're a serial killer, which just seems so nonlinear. So the difference between that, so the difference, and that's our version in Capricorn. It's the greatest version. Y'all have this in Aquarius, which is on a whole nother level. Y'all have the audacity to just be so celestial and advanced that someone doesn't even have to do anything. So whereas Capricorn, someone has to take a physical action and then they psychically read the character of action. No one has. You already know before you even know they exist. You just need to know the concept of them. What was that?
100%. Like it scared people.
Oh, so it resonates.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you. So you've already had those experiences where people are freaked out because it's like, how the fuck did you know this?
Yes, I think I've lost friendships because of it, to be honest. But
yeah,
it's a gift though. It's a gift because I saw them do it a mile away, then they actually did it, and now I got to be kind of. I had to separate my awareness from my surroundings, kind of thing, and put it in a place where, I guess, put it out there in the public, so people that would naturally gravitate to those kinds of things do that instead. You know what I mean? So, like that.
Beautiful. And I'm so glad that resonates with you, because the next level of this now is that destiny is involved. So not only do you have this supernatural ability, you're destined to have this supernatural ability. And this is the most important part, bro, because having this destiny line is not a joke. Whereas you're already the main character, like every Leo sun, the spirit of right, courage, and love, but you're destined to manifest this attitude. So in the second, third house north nodes are meant to speak up about what's important. In this case, what your heart inspires you to speak on, which is always going to be intuitive, claircognizantly at a subconscious level, pick up around it. So in your awareness, you're just going to feel like talking about hot dogs. And you're going to have a very passionate conversation about why, hot dogs need to be innovated and why people need to eat it. And now someone's looking at you like, what the fuck? I was just thinking about hot dogs. What the heck? Does this person read my mind? Like, this is weird. Like, I don't understand. But maybe your gen might be used to it. The reason why you kind of perform this is it brings into a much more golden awareness how to really resolve issues that come through. Because there's going to be a way, once you come into your Saturn return, your use of this ability is so much more practical than just kind of like subconscious understandings. Like right now, you're still coming into your Saturn return, your strength and the natural energy that runs this is still returning, because you got Saturn T-square this, which stabilizes in your body the natural strength and energy to actually run this claircognizant ability that can actually drain a lot of it. Now we see this a part of a fixed cross with Scorpio and Juno and Chiron, which now links to your karma, this very pure healing journey, which can also create sexual frustration because of how intensely you can, desire sexually or take action. As a Mars in Aries, I'm a reckless idiot. So like I instinctually want to do something, and before I can think about it, I did it. As a Mars in Scorpio, you're going to really feel intensely and charge nuclearly that desire. And it's going to have you move seductively and with strategy. But with Saturn opposite this, you may feel inhibited by outside influences to not always act on it unless it's aligned with natural integrity. And this does is it actually strengthens your energy. You're a very energetic individual as a Cancer rising. And so with the Cancer moon, you can actually feel all levels of this energy. And then you have Jupiter in Taurus, Jesus Christ. So not only do you have abundance of Midas touch, an expansion of energy, Saturn can take this expanded quality and control and limit it. This is important because with Saturn and Taurus, you are quintessentially a part of the new generation, which to me feels like a whole shonen anime, bro. Because the Pluto in Sagittarius is the first God sign that steps into this awakening. So the reason why that's significant is y'all are the first generation to actually awaken legitimate supernatural abilities. Everyone from like Pluto Leo to Pluto Scorpio, we're the last of the old gen. We're awakening superpowers, but y'all are awakening supernatural abilities at the God level. Y'all are the first ones to do this. And the reason this is important is because the builders, Saturn and Aries, start that karmic cycle 96.
Oh shit.
Can I say
My
something?
bad. I don't think I hear you.
Hello? 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 Can you hear me?
Oh shit.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. No, I can. It was my headphones. My bad. Please keep going.
Because you was kind of going in and out, but I heard the Pluto and Sag and the Midas touch. All of that, I just heard it. But when you started Generation are the first to tap into supernatural, but do you watch battle rap by any chance?
You know what? I started watching it late, like 2 3 years ago, but I was able to catch up. I think a bit. I haven't watched it that extensively, but I've seen a lot of battles, like King of the Dot or URL and Smack.
Yeah. I really recommend you watch this guy called Chess. He's 98.
He's the shit. He's dope as fuck.
Yes, he's 98.
He's a younger cat.
I'm telling you, he's a Leo North Node as well. Saturn and Aries. I'm telling you.
Oh, he's born 99. Isn't he
98, 98.
He's
born
Scorpio
98.
Sun, Virgo Moon.
Yes.
Yeah, he's fire.
powerful.
He's dope.
I'm telling
He's dope.
you. Yeah, he's one of them. He's one of us for sure. Like what you're saying.
But I didn't know he was born 98. That's wild. That's awesome.
I'm telling you. But yeah, continue. Do your thing. I'm loving it.
No, I haven't seen a lot of chess battles too. I think I've only seen like 2. But I gotta I don't know if he still battle raps.
He does. Because he's like he's one of the youngest, isn't it? He's like 22, but he had such a massive impact on even the older people. So it just ties into what you're saying about our generation. But he just had a battle with a guy called, he's a monster. He just had a battle with a guy called Easy the Block Captain. Yeah, he's a Leo son. That battle, they just rose battle rap to like godly. They showed their abilities. You know how you're talking about Virgo season.
Could you send me a link to that? I'll definitely watch that as soon as possible.
When it comes up, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, so it's not even out yet. Nice.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
It was live, innit? And there was highlights of it. So there's little clips here and there, but it's not the full battle out.
Fuck yeah. I haven't seen a chess battle in a while, and he's so much better now, I bet. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, dude, thank you for mentioning it too, because once again, like there's a burden that comes with having this destiny path. The cool thing is that as a fixed destiny path, you're going to experience everything you're meant to experience. You can't avoid it, but it at least shows that, if you haven't achieved your destiny yet, you're not going to die. That's the cool thing about a fixed destiny. Like you have to, it's a kind of insurance in a certain sense. But for you to be the captain of the destiny group, this is the opposite of us, 1990, because the last time this was here is 1990. So what happens is you and I are actually soulmates in a sense where anyone who you see born 1990 or maybe 71 who has North Node in Aquarius, you've been in multiple lifetimes with them. So like all you North Node Leos, we've all known each other before. And of course, as a Leo, you fall on my South Node. So this does kind of have some kind of past life element. So I always rock with y'all. Y'all are dope.
And
but
it's interesting
important
though that it's interesting because you mentioned that you're from Nigeria as well, and I'm from Nigeria, and I don't know when you mentioned you was a Leo South Node too, and yeah, it was just crazy because when I went Nigeria, that's when I felt like I first unlocked this aspect of the spiritual side of myself, I guess. But yeah,
that's wild. No, I'm so glad you said that too, because when Jupiter was transiting my 4th house in South Node in Leo, I randomly out of nowhere went to Nigeria, and that led to me unexpectedly burying my grandmother, and it was unexpectedly spiritual too. But yeah, other than that, this is really relevant because as a Saturn Taurus, when we look at the new generation, the Saturn and Aries are the sparkers, 96, 97, 98. And then the Saturn Taurus, y'all are the builders. You strengthen ground and build on the concepts that the sparkers do. And y'all make bank. Y'all are going to ground and solidify the natural values that will carry on what the sparkers did. And once you come into your Saturn return, you're going to gain back so much strength, nuclear strength, that you've harnessed since birth and have been stockpiling before it comes back. And then, of course, you'll have the Jupiter return a little bit before that, which is also going to be good. Once again, this is important because you have all sorts of aspects of energy. You have the solar energy and its dignity, which you manifest the attitude of. So that's how we can kind of blend the second, even though the second placidus
Okay.
falls in Cancer, you're
Yeah.
manifesting the sincere quality of your soul through the golden nature of your spirit. It's
Mm.
literally like a soul reaper because your Zanpak toe manifests from your soul. And
Yeah.
so you have like this golden flame sword of destiny with the pars of fortune that has you manifest. It's like being able to win the lottery at will, in a sense. But you
Mm.
have that solar energy. Then you have the pure energy in Scorpio, which is nuclear. It takes that solar generated energy of your sun and now purifies it with deepening wisdom and
Mm.
speaks to the creativity that goes into how you feel your inner child. Juno is here. So you're going to commit to women who are super sexual. And you may not like it personally, but jealous too. Like women who you might attract a woman who's going to be like, who the fuck were you talking to? Who's that bitch on your phone? And you're like,
Yeah.
yo, this is my sister. Like, what's your problem? Like, I'm not cheating on you. But
I,
like, it, what was that?
yeah. Yeah. Real life. That's real.
Real life.
Yeah.
That's insane. No, but with Chiron here too, anyone who you have sex with, you heal on a deeply psychological level as well.
Mm.
You definitely know how to lay it down. But with the Saturn opposition, there's this strength that can sometimes hold you back from expressing your sexuality that
Mm.
once you come into your Saturn return, you'll release and liberate. And then you
Mm.
also have the cosmic energy in Aquarius with Uranus that generates that and Neptune that now draws from the celestial, extra dimensional causal realm energy, literal energy, where the
Yeah.
source of knowledge is. And then you have the natural energy that you have authority over to command in Taurus. In the 11th house ish, this is going to deal with the karma individually you have to build a society and community
Yeah.
around you as a solar king. And so
Mhm.
that's amazing. Your
I
holy
feel like
soul.
it's happening right now. It's happening now, but Saturn return, yeah, new levels.
No, but you know what's amazing about what you also just said? Not
Yeah.
only is it happening now, but next year, the North Node is actually going to be in Taurus.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
so destiny is going to start to manifest this nature of the karmic obligation for this community because so many people are going to be able to build based off of what you do, even if it starts small for now. You're pioneering this, which is very, very, very important and will
Yeah.
really speak a lot to how personally you harness this energy. Remember,
Mm.
all these fixed signs are energies. The cardinal signs are powers, and the
Mm.
mutable signs are magics, okay, or techniques and skills. So, with
Mm.
that being said, you know, your progress chart will tell a more advanced tale as you progressed into Virgo by now. But
Yeah.
Mercury, you and I are part of the mastermind club. We're
Yeah.
masterminds. In that we have 29-degree Mercury and 29-degree Mercuries. I
Yeah.
would recommend listening to Cerebral Apex by Novelist.
Mm.
Uh, he's 1/4 of Clear Soul Forces. I think you'd enjoy that album. But
Say that again. Is it a video or?
it's an album. It's a music
Oh,
album.
say it
But
one more time. Sorry.
he does have a couple music videos, and it's called Cerebral Apex.
Cerebral Apex. What's the rest of it? Cerebral Apex.
Cerebral Apex is the album, and the artist is called Novelist. So it's
Oh,
like
okay.
the word novel and then ISS,
Oh,
Novelist.
okay. Okay.
And the
Cool.
group he raps in is called Clear Soul Forces. I think you'd enjoy them. They're
Yeah.
dope.
Thank you.
So yeah, as a 29-degree Mercury, here's the groundwork. You're a mastermind. What this means is so every 29-degree Mercury has a mastery of processing information. The zodiac sign just speaks on the flavor with which they do it. So you have a master psychic mind. Your brain is able to process information in relation to your soul's receptivity to intuitive understanding to where you can hear the vocal tonality in people's voice and you can hear people's emotions. You're not just listening to the words they say, you're
Mm.
listening to the way they say it, the emotion behind what they're saying, and the
Yeah.
sincerity behind what they're saying. But you
Yeah.
do this at the master level. So here's the consequence of having a mastermind. Other
Mm.
people say things, but you it's actually goes against you if you listen to them, in the sense where you kind of have to trust your processing over others' processing because you're the master of them. That's kind of how that works if you're in an argument. That doesn't mean you can't learn from other people, right? That doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you might not be mistaken, but from experience,
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, yeah. And you also have the moon in its dignity. So, like, it being connected to your soul now links your brain to your own emotional soul space, which now
Mm,
makes you psychic as fuck. And so you're able to really blend this linear processing energy with this, or power, with this nonlinear ability to actually intellectually feel into the nonlinear and potentially irrational nature of emotions. And
mm,
29 degree enables you to communicate that so masterfully that someone who you're talking to will feel like you're speaking directly to their soul or
yeah.
feelings, especially in the first, which now you're an instrument of this mercurial power, having you know just what to say and how, which is really awesome, actually.
So on point, man. So on point.
I wish I didn't have to cut this short, but the
Yeah.
last thing I will say with Venus on your IC Placidus is that the way you express love is very analytical. It's perfect in a sense where your heart can be a bit of a perfectionist, but it
Yeah.
analyzes the details sensually and enables you to really, account for the little things. So that square to Pluto could be a fear of expressing this passionately. And so you may inhibit this nature of your heart in case you feel like it's not perfect enough, but you really don't want to do, and really
Mm,
just enable yourself to move forward. So, with that being said, I'm gonna send you this recording, and I really hope to keep in touch with you.
yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tuesday. Appreciate it.
No problem.
And you can put it up if you want to on YouTube. I wanna.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I most definitely
Yeah.
will then.
Cool.
All right, bro.
All right, man. See you, bro.